See?
I know.
Did you bring the double make it home?
I know.
I did. I don't have anything on it. Try to cut back.
Okay, sure. Yeah, but I'll take a look at it.
I don't know.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock, I'm going to call the village board meeting to order. I look for approval of the agenda. So moved. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Also, please have yourself in silence during the meeting. Item 3, public appearances and citizen comments on items not listed on this agenda. Items will not be debated or acted upon this meeting, but will be referred to the proper staff and committee if action is required, and please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Anyone want to speak? Hearing none. Move on to the approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. New business. We need a motion to move that. Okay, I'd like to move item F up to item A, please. We still need a motion to do that.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item F, or it ends up being A now. Consideration, discussion of home, primary, and final plats on Airport Road parcel 230-240-183-2000. Carol and Mr. Talarski are here. Everybody that we met earlier this evening, the ETZ approved it. To move to the board here, this will just be approved from the board, or questions, or
Did they have any comments?
no?
None whatsoever.
There was one comment about the 20% grade, but the township was addressing that. So, I thought they were fine with it.
Well, I thought that I saw some of that, they had some comments.
Just a couple on.
I don't think Pat had comments on this one. You might be looking at the New Glarus brewery
Oh, okay.
expansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually, if there's any comments made, it would have been with Mark Roffers.
Okay.
I'll move the approval of the home preliminary and final plats in Airport Road, designated parcel.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. And I know that had stayed because we're the council engineer, so.
Okay.
So that's part of the record.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, consideration, discussion, approval of operator's license for Charlene Hoffman. Jeff, you got any comment on that one?
No, that one was good.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Consideration, discussion, denial of operator's license for Samantha Goodman. Jeffrey?
That one I did not.
Let me rephrase that, chief.
Sound like my mother. That one
denied. There was too many convictions within the last 5 years related to the operator license. And they didn't disclose all the information. They had another alcohol-related offense that they didn't list.
Okay.
I'll move to deny that.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Next item is discussion and consideration reschedule next village board meeting because of, next board meeting is election day. So normally we move it to the following Wednesday, 5th of April.
I would make a motion to approve the rescheduling to the 5th of April.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? I see Chuck, we're looking at your calendar.
Is there a chance?
I will, yeah.
Is there a chance we could do it on the 6th? Is that planning commission meeting for condo platinum in the city of Verona that evening? I mean, not that.
It's a motion, a second, we can just go ahead and deny it or let it fall.
If that works.
Yeah, I'm fine, and then if you want to make that second motion here.
Yeah, I can do that.
The 6th is Thursday.
Yes, it is.
6 is,
I mean, if it doesn't work, we can stick with the 5th, and then if I don't have to go.
It will be fine for me. I mean, all my Thursday meetings anymore are Thursday times.
So we'll do a motion to amend it to the 6th instead of the 5th.
Sure, friendly amendment.
Okay, you can just make the amendment. You make a motion, say.
okay, then I'll amend the motion to, have the next, village board meeting on April 6th.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, consideration 2023 capital projects list. Huh? Did I miss something?
Item D.
I'm sorry. Thanks. Consideration discussion 11/15/22 regular meeting minutes correction. Lauren, you can speak to that.
So, several residents submitted, a letter, asking us clarification on several points, one of those being the minutes of November 15th. After reviewing the recording of the meeting, it seems that the motion recorded in the meeting was inaccurate. So it said, motion to not include sidewalks in the project period, when the actual motion was not include sidewalks on the north side of their avenue. So I have the corrected minutes. I've also corresponded with the residents, so.
It's a good thing we had, our camera died after that, because luckily she didn't bring it up and find it, and prove that it was the correct way to correct the minutes. And she does have her camera working again now, so we're recording again.
Do you need a motion Roger for that one?
Yes, to correct the changes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to correct changes on the 11/15/22 board meeting.
Okay, have a motion in the second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay, consideration discussion 2023 capital projects list. And it's on page 2.
That far into your back.
It's got the village letterhead on the top.
I'm joking about it being page 2, it does say 2 on the bottom, so. I looked at it, I think it's too far enough. I don't know, it's usually here in the. Page 1.
Calder, are you there? So, it's a meeting. Hey, go ahead.
Okay. So, for you today is a list of proposed projects for 2023. We have 3 funding sources. So we're borrowing this year, so that's 2023 GO borrowing. We have unspent proceeds from last year's borrowing that can be spent towards streets, stormwater, water, sewer projects. And then additionally, we have funding from the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA. So we wanted to kind of finalize that list of projects tonight on kind of what we're moving forward with. So in this memo, I've outlined kind of projects that the board and staff have proposed. I want to make a few corrections to the memo. So on the second page, the public works truck actually came down. So instead of that 139, it's actually 123,530. So we'll have to borrow a little bit less for that.
Could you repeat that?
Yeah, 123,530, 123,000.
Thank you.
Because he was charging this FET tax. As long as it's a truck under CDL, we don't have to pay the FET tax. Federal excise tax.
So how I have it broken up is basically items that we can borrow for versus items we think would work better under the ARPA funding. So I have those 2 tables there for you. I want to point out, I have details on all of the items listed below the tables. One item I want to draw your attention to is the police body worn and squad cameras, and she's here to clarify more. But there's it gets a little complicated. There's 2 options. There's a cloud option and an in-house server option that have a little bit of different price points. The in-house server option has several recurring fees every year. So I provided those costs. I think our preference would probably be going with the cloud option, but we have to make sure we have high-speed internet capabilities. And so Chief is looking into internet providers for that piece. So I included the cloud option as the item listed in the ARPA table, but that could change to the in-house server if we're not able to get good internet. The other thing I want to point out, so later in the agenda, we're going to be talking about the lead service line replacement project, and that came over a little bit, about $6,200 over the grant amount. And so I just want to let you know that that could also be added to the ARPA projects if you want to pay for that out of ARPA. We also have funds in the water utility if we want to use that as well. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention if you want to add that to the ARPA list. We have about 13 grand left in that. I'll turn it back to you, Roger.
So, where are we now with the lead line?
We're still an answer, but we're done.
We are completely done with all the lead service lines that our water department knows that goes in the houses, that we know of, that is registered with the DA. So if there's any more that we do not know of, that could be out there that's hidden, whatever, that's not on us. So as of last week, they finished all the lead line services up. So every house that we know of now, from our water box into the houses, are all copied. So we are good. So now that'll save us on testing for like some lead service stuff that we have to do. So we would have to get a hold of these people, contact them, and go into their house and test their pipes and how much lead was coming through. So
Just out of curiosity, I know you don't really, there's no way you could know, but how close do you think we are to actual lead lines? Because I know that in the past, records haven't been that great.
honest, truthfully, I think we're probably pretty darn close to that, Chuck, because so when we had to do these connections for the, cross connections for, like on your hose bib, there has to be a connection on there so it can't backflow in. Jason did a lot of that. He was checking every house, and when they did the meters, when they switched over to the AMI meters, he was checking the lines coming in. So, as far as we know, we have every line that we know of. Now, is there a section between somebody's line that they put in a long time ago? I don't know, but like Jason says, I think we got it.
Yeah. Well, that's good news. It's good to hear.
That's very good news. We should put something in the paper.
Yeah.
That's celebrate our accomplishments without the town. Especially you.
Yeah, it is.
It is a huge deal. So.
So, are you looking for, this is still intended to, this thing.
Right, but we kind of like to try to get a little feel of
We still go over to the body cameras. The chief, you still want the body cameras? I thought, Public Works, Public Safety.
It's tossed. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, and it depends on what we go with. If we go to the cloud base, it comes with redaction software. If we don't go to the cloud base, then we gotta pay for redaction software. I mean, I have.
It seemed like fiscally reasonable.
It's an expense. The only thing I'll comment, where on the sheet where it says like 60,000, that includes both the body camera and the squad cameras, like it says in there. So that's replacing everything, because our squad cameras are gonna be not covered anymore on August of 2024.
And were you originally saying that, those are going out of date after about 5 years or so?
Usually they're on a 5-year plan, 5-year warranty, so one of the cameras quit working, we just ship it in, they send us a new one, we're not paying it. Once we get out of that 5-year mark, which is August of next year, if the camera goes bad, a mic goes bad, now we're gonna have to, buy new stuff, so.
Yeah, the cost of living, what we gain from it seemed,
What do we gain from it?
there wasn't a whole lot we gained from potential expense, I thought. It was kind of like the cost, but it didn't.
Yeah, the attorneys, the district attorney, the officers, I mean, everybody kind of wants you going to them, because you're capturing everything right
Yeah, I
there.
understand that. I mean, like, we were supposed to read it, it's like, the benefit just didn't.
It's a lot of money, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's what we were discussing, that's why I thought we would lose, like, the benefit just wasn't there to substantiate the cost. But,
We've been asking for them for probably 5+ years, so, then when the DA says, you guys have body cameras, and we just, we take them to the village level, and it's just, they don't have the money. I mean, so we keep bringing it just so if something happens, it's,
like,
just so we have the backing of the village board.
so like you said, like, most of the municipalities don't have.
There's a lot that don't. I mean, you go to bigger cities, Madison PD doesn't have them yet. Monticello's getting them, the sheriff's department's renewing theirs. I mean, a lot more are starting to go to them. There's probably gonna be grants out there. They usually come up with grants too. I mean, it's just, you roll the dice.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, is this not a wish list?
kind of, yeah.
This is a list of proposed projects to use the ARP funds with. So you can,
But it's not a, it's not a mandatory budget.
correct, but we will have to report, ARPA requirements, have us report the items that we're going to spend our money on. And so it'd be good to at least have a somewhat finalized plan on that. So that's why we brought it to the board today to kind of review.
Well, what's our commitment? If we mention we're looking for a motion to approve this. Okay. is it, that are committed?
We are tentatively committed. We could change later, but yeah, yeah. We just need to report on kind of what our plan is. I will also note, we have the squad versus body cam pricing split off too, so if you only want to do squad part and not the body cams, we have that pricing in the memo as well. Squad would be $20,495 with the in-house server, and body worn would be $23,700. So if we just wanted to go with one or the other, we could also do that.
And what's the limitations on the ARPA, I assume you have to use them by a certain time, et cetera, whatever.
It has to be earmarked what we're gonna use it for, and I still think we have,
We have till 2026,
I think, to spend it,
yeah.
but they wanna know something fairly soon, I guess.
Move it before the end of this year, correct?
I can't,
I don't
I'm
remember.
not for sure that.
I think you had to have it earmarked by the end of this year, but you had until 2025 or 2026 to spend it.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of forms with check marks.
So I've been pretty vocal about this, and I would be just saying, I want to spend this on something that's gonna have a return of investment on our village. Either it's gonna be for our village or for our village, residents, because that is what we're here to serve. And if we have this ARPA fund, then let's make sure that whatever we're putting this money towards is going to have some sort of a positive benefit to our citizens down the line. One of the things that we were discussing at the public works level was the issues with people dumping trash, dumping brush out at our brush drop off, and they're not village residents. And that's creating a lot of extra issues here for Joe to do extra policing of it and just working along those lines. So there's been discussion about trying to put a security system out at that location so that we don't, because we're at a point where we're talking about taking away that resource to our village. We're talking about taking away the brush pickup available for anyone at any time, to changing it to specific times when we have employees that are there, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. And it's in a controlled secure location, so they have to drop it off at that point in time. And if it's not there, then it's shut, which is a detriment to our residents, our citizens. Because if you're doing some sort of long work and you work Monday through Friday, it's going to be a little more difficult for you to get in to deal with that. So I would love for us to entertain looking into some sort of solution here for that. I know there's limitations currently because we cannot set up a security system down there. Or we can, but it's a whole dedicated system. I'm sorry, it's a whole dedicated system down there. There was a proposal here with the downtown village called security cameras, where they can't set up an internet bridge to it, but maybe we can. I don't know if we can just do a daisy chain where it's jumping from a post to another post to work our way down there. But that would be something that we want to try to look into, I guess.
Is that for the public works one?
That was for public works.
They can't get line of sight.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if we can set up multiple bridges to it. So if you go to the lawn house and you walk in the front door off the left-hand side, you've got a little square box right there. That's an internet bridge that goes right on across to the mini homes, so that you can have internet over there. It's the same kind of concept that they have in regards to what we're looking to do for moving it for downtown. We have centralized location in New Glarus, we send it downtown, where we line of sight and kind of go from there. I don't know if there's limitations on having it where it goes to one point and then it redirects and does another line of sight to another thing, and kind of just bounces until it gets down there. I'm not an IT guy, unfortunately, so that would be something we might want to look into doing. That way it's not taking away a resource for our residents. And it's an easier solution than just straight up. It's a better solution than just straight up denying the service. So I don't know, that's one of my little ideas.
So, bottom line, you're saying you want this in there, it is included?
It's not included here at all.
So,
Right.
you want to include it?
I would like that to be included in there somewhere, because we're at the point of, we're probably gonna be taking this away from our residents, and we don't wanna take it back. Yeah.
So do we have any idea what the cost? I mean, I've been told that we talked about that. Connected to the shop.
Correct. So,
And the cost of that.
I don't know. You know,
Chief, did you have?
I got a quote just to do the public works stuff, and just to do the public works would be roughly $14,000. And that was having the station down there, they would just have like a computer down there, and it would just come in there.
Okay.
So, that's what we got for them. The one in here for 33, that's just the downtown. Which,
So the public works, estimate, that system would cover what?
we did it where we cover the brush pile, and then, down by the compost too. And there would be a license plate reader camera down by the shop, so if anybody pulled in, it would pick up their license plates.
Okay, so that would cover that whole area from County O.
There'd be a camera up
Past
on
the
the
shop.
wall, looking over the dump site.
All
and
the
then
property in the.
Not all the property, no, just the dump station up top on all, and then another camera down, to watch like the compost and all that,
And the dumpster.
and the dumpster, that's it, nothing by utilities.
Well, wasn't that one gonna pan?
Yeah, it was gonna pan.
It'll
in there.
pan, so we'll see the doors of the utilities, but we won't see between the two buildings, none of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but you would see.
You'd see most.
Yeah, you'd see anybody coming down there doing any illegal dumping, and one of the cameras was gonna be a license plate reader camera, so that, they call it the LPR license plate reader, that right alone is like 5,300, and that picks up the plate, and then it stores it.
so 14,000?
That one, yeah, $13,919.84.
Can I say something, Mr. President? I can tell you right now that I can put that off a year if I can get that truck, because that's more important to me. I'm telling you right now. That truck is starting to nickel and dime us, and I would rather have us spend the money on that right now, just a FYI.
Yeah, I understand your personal equipment is gonna be, you know, that's also a high priority. But yeah.
So to answer your question, Mike, when they looked into it, they couldn't do a direct line of sight from the PD down there. I don't know if they were to put in a couple more boxes, but that's probably gonna, drive.
Obviously, when I jump off the price, right?
And this was just to put it on a computer system down at his shop, that way if they had any illegal dumping, they could look or whatever.
Right. And I guess what my thought process would be, obviously, if we would invest in the station, you know, that centralized station already here, and, you know, if we did one internet bridge out there, if we started doing an internet bridge out there with a daisy chain, it's gonna cost less to do that than to, put in a whole other station with a pole and lights, and cameras and everything like that. But obviously, I don't have the numbers here, but thank you very much for grabbing that quote.
What's our absolute timeline on improving this? What do we really need to do? Tonight, better next meeting?
There are some items that are more time sensitive than others. I think the bar heater, it would be nice to get those approved sooner rather than later, but, like was mentioned before, technically we don't need to get ARPA funding allocated until the end of the year.
Yes, chief?
The other thing I want to point out too is quotes come with deadlines. So the longer you wait, the quote might not be good, price goes up, just so you know something.
Yeah, that's always the case, you know. It's like, better do it now, or there's some things here that I'd like to see some housekeeping done. The articles are one thing, the 4 o'clock lighting, I'm not sure where we are with that. We don't have an estimate yet as far as I know. And we do have funds left over from the project that are, being started. So that's one thing, that pool heater benches, I'm not even familiar with that.
So
With those requests, because I haven't seen those before.
Joe can maybe give you a little info on that.
Yeah, I think they should have maybe come through the Parks and Rec department.
So I did get a bid or I did have a quote a while ago from Clark to put the lighting in. And the estimated cost was $2,500 to $3,000. There's two options.
What's important about this stuff, as chair of the Parks and Rec department, I'm just saying, I think we need to get our act together and really have everyone on the same page. And we're not. That's why I'm asking about the timelines on this.
Well, let's schedule it for the next meeting.
Are we able to approve certain items on this? Just kind of get them all rolling on some things. So for like our police department, SWAT cars, I can see us getting moving on that. That way, chief knows we're getting that moving forward, and then we're not going to get stuck into a price lock or anything like that in regards to it.
I just want to clarify the squad car. We already did get approval to purchase it. It is ordered and everything. I think part of this is you can use the ARPA money towards it because it's part of public safety instead of borrowing against the other.
I thought it was crazy, I was like, no, you're going to be attention to that.
Yeah, I know. That's how I want to make sure because it's ordered. It's hopefully going to be here in 3 weeks.
So that 60,000 is going to come out of the ARPA funds.
Right.
Okay. So that's taken care of. Let's see, we don't have a parks meeting before our next board meeting, Chuck.
And we have one next week.
Got one next week scheduled? Do you want to put this 4 o'clock, or cool heater, and the benches on the agenda for that?
I suppose we could, but I don't know what the point is. We've already listed this. I'm just a little bit upset that these things are done outside of various committees and what's going to happen to me.
Yeah, I could add to that. I apologize. It's part of this list I've kind of inherited, and I'm
No, I
kind
know.
of keeping up with what's going on. So I didn't realize that the Recreation Committee had it review these items, and we can certainly bring that to next week and discuss them more.
Well, yeah, and I'm not faulting you for it. It seems logical that these things, since they are under the Parks and Rec it would have been brought to our attention. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we just, well,
The money's allocated for it. Lower than the bid that they'll have for the lighting, it's a whole, you said between 28 and 3, you have $2,000 allocated towards it, so. You kind of.
well, we have other funds.
Is it just that our monies or the other funds?
I don't know, because we haven't had discussions about it. I don't know anything about the bid.
Yeah, there's a lot of, that's why I brought up the body, the public works. We just had a long discussion about that. Advocacy for it, it made any sense. It's just a recurring cost that we're gonna have to get stuck with. Benefits weren't there.
So what was your discussion on tasers then?
We discussed the tasers, we just discussed the,
We discussed the tasers.
these hours.
Yeah, we discussed the tasers. That was one of those things that, you know, it's, we should go forward with that. Yeah, there's been no swallow or the rest of that one.
Okay.
Well, I think the point is, let's bring it back. Okay, if we're not under any time, real strains.
And then it comes one
Let's
fight.
get it off there.
Then
Let's get it off there.
yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, we've got a good list here, it's all well presented, but, you know, you receive these things 2 days before a meeting. It takes a little bit more thought, I think.
If you want that bar right? The bar right?
If you're comfortable with that.
Where is that? The total bar right is. Poultry, 1.4 million.
Something in your mustache, Henry, I can't hear you.
The poultry, 1.4 million. For the bar amount.
Is that right, Lauren?
It's the 1374, but it's actually a little bit less because the public works truck is actually 123. Do that math for you.
Yes.
I don't know.
So it'd be 1,358,655. 655. So we added the public works truck and the right of way that we can purchase to the borrowing because that's eligible for the GO bonds. Versus some of these other items we added to ARPA because they are not borrowing eligible, although we could do a note. So that's an option, but our kind of Eller's finance person, they kind of recommended that breakout.
I don't mean to do this, but with the school saying, they ceased negotiations or discussion on that application there, is the right way needed? Or is this, are we just gonna purchase this out of good faith that we're gonna continue the application?
They came, I thought it was the ground, or the rock, I'm not authority on it, that's just,
All I know is that the school said they stopped looking at that at this point in time.
right.
Doesn't mean that they're not gonna continue in the future. And so, you know, obviously it's $30,000 that we can spend on this. Is that a good investment for our future? Or not?
And that was
Right,
an additional approval of their whole site plan. They don't know that location, they gotta come back for a reapproval of everything anyway.
We were good, you know, they could also still be developed.
That's benefiting the developer.
Which also would develop, benefit the village for future development. If we had, once we get the water.
If we went,
I mean, putting our ducks in a row to have that developed could be very beneficial.
right. I guess that's what I'm bringing to there's pros and cons to everything.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to look at it both ways here. Great, I'm right there, right? That's a pro I see. Coming.
And then add that in with access.
Right.
Anything future that may.
So you're okay with leaving that in?
Right. No, that's why I want to bring it up to the board, because, otherwise I'm going to sit in my head all day long and be like, okay, well, is this a good idea to spend $30,000 on this or not?
Well, I think, we should make a motion to approve the borrowing of $1,358,655. That way we have that. And then how we allocate it, that's the cash out. Priority. If we call them.
So is that only 3, is that? Adding in and taking off the 290, that is 240 that left from 9th Street project?
Yes.
So, actually, all this is going to be 1.5 total.
No, because that's minusing out the amount that we have carryover from the last project. It just minuses how much we need to borrow this year for those street, storm, and water.
But what I'm trying to get at is, if we didn't have the 240,
Right,
it'd be 15, whatever,
right, it would be, yeah,
or 1.5.
correct.
Okay, Henry, you made a motion, correct?
Yeah, I think, a little sloppily done, but.
Well,
What was your motion?
So I'm making a motion to approve the borrowing of the $1,358,655 while we hash out the priorities and what's going to be in the list for capital projects. Because that obviously is a lot of work. But we have one,
yeah,
which is good.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? So this is just on borrowing $1,358,655. That should cover the Third Avenue project, the public works truck, and the road right of way, and the issuance expenses. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. And we'll bring the ARPA relief funds back. Next meeting, whatever. And then they have 3 items for Parks and Rec, so we can discuss them.
How we discussed the other thing with that part, person will say it as well. Who's not going to need a ballot point about that? When I'll discuss that there as well.
We will have a village board meeting before that fall apart. Yeah. We'll have a week off here, and we'll go back to a village board after this, and then we'll have
So,
Well, if you want to take this to public works, we could just tag on at the second board meeting.
that way everyone has a month to kind of cruise over it, and then we can come go along with it.
that's what we have to do.
Unless there's a change.
First Monday or the second?
Second one.
Second Monday of every month.
notices for the Third Avenue project. There will be special assessments. This is not approving the special assessments, it just gets the process started, and then there will be a public hearing, and then it'll be approved. I will say there was a correction to the resolution. It should actually be Third Avenue from 3rd Street to 8th Street. Because the project also includes adding new sidewalk at Larner Park and also on both sides of 5th Street and 6th, or sorry, both sides of the street between 5th and 6th.
Wait, both sides between 5th and 6th?
Correct.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. The residential streets.
So do we, some discussion on this, or what's, just this special assessment charges, which we do all the time.
I'll go ahead and make a motion for resolution 43-04, Third Avenue reconstruction project, and the resolution relating to special assessment projects.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Consideration discussion, Blair's Brewing Company warehouse addition site plan, 2400 Wisconsin Highway 69. And Catherine is here this evening. If you have any questions for her, it's a warehouse addition, right?
Correct.
We approved the plan condition. Forward it to the board.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the Blair Brewing Company warehouse addition site plan. 400 Wisconsin Dash 600.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Consideration discussion. Catherine, you're good to go. Consideration discussion, water tower engineering services qualification-based selection process. Lauren?
This one again, so, as you all know, we received federal funding for the new water tower. As part of that process, we need to go through a qualifications-based selection process for the engineer. Normally, we would use town and country, but we have to go through the kind of process of requesting qualifications from engineering firms. So I'm kind of proposing the process would be we would send out a letter to engineering firms asking for a proposal. They would send it back to us. Staff would review it, submit it to the Public Works Public Safety Committee for review, and then final approval by the village board. So basically, just coming here to kind of inform you on that process and get your approval to move forward with that process.
So we need a motion through the board to seek out engineers. Water tower project.
I'll make a motion to allow the water tower project.
I think I'll go ahead and second.
Unless Mike wants to.
You don't want me touching that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Parks and Rec, do you have anything?
Not tonight.
Okay.
Just, we do have a meeting scheduled for,
reports and safety, consideration discussion, lead line replacement project.
So this project is completed. So they had one line left, and we had to make a decision to move forward with that last line, knowing that it would go over budget. It was kind of a situation where the contractor was only in town the next day, and so basically we had to say to go forward without formal approval from the village board. But we knew we had funds in the utility account to cover that overage. So I just wanted to make you aware, the Public Works Public Safety Committee reviewed this as well. That final overage was $6,200. So as I mentioned earlier, we could use ARPA funds for that overage, but there's also funding available in the utility account. So just wanted to make you aware of that. Joe, I don't know if you want to add anything.
And the only reason why that was because we hit that rock the very first time, so,
Yeah, that was on Fifth Street, right, Cole?
yes. And like we said, the company actually did us a really big favor. They ate a $30,000 bid for us to spend $6,200 more, so. The other aspect of this is if we don't do it now, our chances of getting the company back, because these companies now, this lead service line is taken off in other states, and that exact same crew was disbanded to Colorado Springs. So, and if we had to have another whole crew come in, the cost of that would probably be about $8,000 a day. So when we think about it, $6,200 is not too bad to have them come back for a day and work a couple of days, 3 days, so I think we did pretty good.
And they replaced the sidewalks, right?
They did them today, they actually poured concrete today on the sidewalks. No, well, all over, where they were doing. No, I gotta talk to that guy.
We just need some stuff.
Yeah. I guess direction on where to take the funds, if that's ARPA or utility account.
Currently, what we're looking at is $50,000 here in the ARPA funds, correct?
Correct.
So I would go ahead and say, look at taking it from that money. If we're able to take it from it, we have extra money from it right now, let's go ahead and take it that way. Obviously, this will all come back to us in a month's time, but I just want to have that on us. Yes, that's
Sounded like it to
that
me.
sounds like a long-winded motion, yes.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item B, consideration discussion of electric rate case study.
This item was also reviewed by the Public Works and Safety Committee. Basically, this just starts the process for doing the electric rate case. It'll be completed by WPI, so we'll just need approval to move forward with that process.
So moved.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Nothing from finance and personnel, no president's report. Anything else from the board? Hearing none, we are adjourned.
Not that I'm aware of.
This is going to be bad. Oh, okay, then let's just go forward. That's all we really want.
So the 28th.
Now you're all nervous.
Huh? It sounds like the 29th is not.
Yeah.
for my-
I thought we were doing
Is this your last meeting? Hey, is this your last meeting?
What the hell you want to say? Yeah,
I think it is, isn't it?
I don't know, I think, maybe, I'm not sure.
I think it is. Yeah. You won't even be at the last one. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. 6:30.
Yeah, that's fine. I can't get it. Well, it's just the two of us, that's why I want to make sure we're both together.